ever since the businesses shut down, things like that, there are tons and tons of people out walking outside at the parks using the fucking sidewalk. Like, I was literally driving through a neighborhood, I think on Tuesday, that like I have been in a lot. I've never seen a fucking soul in this neighborhood.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And on Tuesday, literally I probably went by probably 10 to 20 people out walking dogs, running, doing shit. It was fucking it literally is a big enough difference for me to notice it. It's
The
so
surrounding space around LSU, where all the levees are on the Mississippi River, people are like, it's a large abundance of people, more than you're used to after they canceled all the university activities and shit like that.
yeah. It's
I mean,
weird,
just
man.
in general, a lot of the restaurants here are obviously going to die, but a lot of them here have created their own drive-throughs, and they'll run out in
Yep.
a literal hazmat suit and give you your food.
Yeah, we've got that too.
Yeah, there's a Chick-fil-A in the mall that has set up a tent out front of the mall, and they're delivering.
If you want to do business, you got to change the way you do business.
And that's the thing is, that's why I actually don't think like Gothcat, to your point, I don't think that you're gonna see rioting and stuff like that. I don't think that it's gonna get like that, because I hope that
there are already people that are only making like 15,000 a year, man.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is if we were to band together as a society, and that's a big if we were to band together as a society and help, it would not be as bad. I mean,
see, I love how you laugh at that, but then you want to talk about
socialism.
Like it's all bullshit. In a
Society
sense
of the whole is
not realizing the new norm
together.
Like, this is the new norm, man.
I don't disagree with you, but I sure hope that's not the way it stays. I own my own business. I like the fact that I own my own business.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that in socialism? There's nothing wrong with that in socialism.
We're losing 50 grand a month.
Fuck the politics, man. It's the new norm.
Horse, that's awful, man. That sucks.
Through Airbnb and our business, we're losing 50 grand a month.
Fuck the politics. Fuck the politics.
Well, what did you put away for a rainy day, man? What did you put away for a rainy day?
Most people,
reinvested.
Most people, nothing. I mean, yeah. Wait, Horse? What do you do?
I'm a photographer.
Oh, okay. Do you you're self-contractor?
1099, and then I W-2 as an editor for a separate company.
Nice.
You should take pictures of all the. Pictures of all the sick and dying people.
Yeah,
we were thinking about it, but we're thinking also about the morals of it.
Yeah, I get that. The problem, O'Hara, to your point. So, I said earlier. So my brother and I own a financial planning practice. I have been on roughly 8,000 appointments. I've met about 8,000 people in my time in the business, and I can tell you right now.
I'm sorry, what do you do again?
Financial planning. I can tell you right now for a fact that maybe 10 to 15% of those people have an emergency fund, savings that would get them.
Nobody has an emergency fund.
I think the government,
no fucking individual does. Nobody has any fucking follow plan, because money in reality is transferable.
Yes, it is. Yeah, White, I'm telling you, man.
Dude, it's not true.
How is White talking? Is he talking to you?
White? No, he's in the Discord. Can you not hear him?
He's got his mic muted. Oh, I muted him by accident. I personally muted him.
Wow, that's rude.
I had an emergency fund, then I lost it.
Yeah, White, I'm telling you, man, I literally, that's what I do for a living. I'm telling you, man, most people do not have an emergency fund. They do not have savings. Here's what they're going to have to do. If they were smart, if Trump, if they would pass meaningful laws, what I think they should do, so most people nowadays, their only savings is their 401k. I tell you right now, the problem is that if you're under 59.5, you have a 10% penalty, and you have to pay taxes on the money. I think it would probably be in their best interest to allow to lift those laws temporarily, so people could pull from those 401ks and
One of my
fucking
friends
live.
lost like 25% of his IRA.
Oh, everybody in the market. The Dow literally.
I haven't even looked at my retirement fund. I haven't
You
even
don't want
looked at
to.
it.
The
Don't
Dow's
look at it.
down 30%. You don't want to look at it.
Yeah, don't look at it.
30%. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we
there is
lost
no retirement.
all of Trump, all of the market cap that Trump's time in office has added has been wiped in this recession that we're in right now.
Dude.
It's like $16 trillion.
It's going to a depression.
This is why I don't pay into that shit.
It's
Because I knew I
inevitable.
wasn't going to get it back.
Well, I mean, it's all timing. If you're, I'm not going to get into the investment thing, but
Yeah,
if you're
don't do it.
timing, you just wait
People
it
are
out.
saying it's stupid now to have invested, but I mean, in reality, whenever we were coming out of the recession and profits started growing, that would have been a great time. But nobody knew
Well,
that.
I
I've
wasn't
been
going to
buying.
retire fucking 10 years ago, man.
I've been putting extra money into the market the last 2 weeks. I've been buying stocks like crazy.
It's about time in. The longer you're in, the better you have at weathering the storm.
100%. 100%. You know,
but you got to be able to weather the storm. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, and most people aren't prepared. I will say on a positive note, I will say a real positive note. I guess this doesn't apply to O'Hara, but for us Americans, you know, if you are under the age of 40, the chances of you actually seeing Social Security were very slim. Were very, very slim. But with the way that the coronavirus is going and its target market of 60 plus,
Oh my
So
you
fun.
might
actually see Social Security.
That's so fun.
It makes such dark sense.
That's the most
does.
morbid.
I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but that's the financial world. That's literally all I've been thinking about these last couple weeks. I'm like, shit, man. There's
I might actually get some Social Security left.
Exactly.
I think it's time to cash out, boys.
Well, you know, with
you gotta wait.
Well, one thing we've been preparing for, like in our business, for the last 5 years or so, is, you know, like the baby boomers hold the majority of wealth, and so that transfer of wealth is going to be a really big deal. And the truth of it, like, it's dark, but the truth of this is that this situation might actually accelerate that quite a bit, which would be, in my opinion, a good thing. But, you know,
hey, spread
that wealth out, boys. Spread that wealth out.
Doesn't add a baby boomer point too, where we're all at home.
Oh, don't say babies. Don't call the virus by its name, because I'll get flagged on YouTube.
What did I heard somebody call them the Corona Millennials the other day?
Yeah.
No, like 9 months is going to be the Corona Millennials.
No, it's the Boomer Doomer.
The Boomer Doomers?
Yeah, it is. Bro, it's a real thing. It's a real fucking thing. If you don't think about it, it's the new fucking norm, man. I don't know.
I think there's going to be a lot of companies that maintain this working from home shit too. Like, I think you're going to see a really large sweeping change in the commercial. Really?
I mean, she works at a marketing firm, and they're like, okay, we're going to test this out, and they have like these trackers and everything to track, you know, progress. She's like, you know, if y'all keep this shit up, I mean, working from home over might actually be
that's a lot of businesses. A lot of businesses.
Because they won't have to rent out 3 buildings to keep
exactly. That's literally what I was getting to, was in the commercial real estate market. After this thing passes, man, you'll probably be able to rent a fucking A-class fucking high rise view for real cheap, because it's going to be wide open.
After this, I intend on buying.
You intend to what?
I would like to buy based. I mean, I'll have to check the market. I'm still very fresh on that shit, so I would have to do something.
You talking about
just?
Are you talking about real estate or like stocks and bonds?
Real estate.
Yeah. Well, the real estate market's been inflated for the last.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop.
Real estate is stupid as fuck. You should not be making 20% on a real estate investment.
It's not gonna be now. Think about all the people that own land that are about to die out.
The funny thing
I don't know what it was
on
like.
The coast. Go ahead.
No, you do your thing.
I was gonna say, I live on the coast, and like 90% of the housing that's on the coast is owned by people over 50. So I'm talking like 90% of all the housing on the coast here is owned by people over 50.
Yep.
Those spring breakers in Florida probably just killed half the fucking population.
Oh my God.
Florida is dead.
I'm departed.
Florida's just a wasteland
Here
of
we
fucking
go.
nothing.
Snowbirds, they're called, because they have a summer home in Florida and a winter home in a winter home in Florida and a summer home in Canada.
Fuck them. I don't even have a home. I need to buy one.
I feel
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, they're all dying.
I live in a box.
And actually, if you actually think about the combination of things, if you were looking to get into real estate or even buy a home, like a personal property, you got to remember the Fed just cut rates to fucking zero. It is the cheapest. It is the cheapest time in history to borrow money. On top of that, yeah, you're gonna see a real big bubble pop on the
I'm
real
getting a
estate market.
fucking home
But
loan,
you
dude.
got
Fuck this.
you got to pay that shit back. Remember.
Well, yeah,
that's how it is.
yes, you're gonna pay it back. But I'm saying right now, if you can get I have a client actually who's refinancing their home. They're getting a 1.5% rate on it. Do you know how?
But how long are they locking in that rate for? Well, hold on, stop.
It's 30-year.
How?
30-year mortgage.
It's a 30-year mortgage, but they're not locked in for 30 years at 1%. No fucking way.
Yeah, they are.
Fixed rate. Yeah, it is.
No fucking way are they locked in for
Dude, that's
30 years at
insane.
1%.
It's 1.5%.
For 30 years.
Yes.
That's fucking
Your bank
insane.
will let you sign an agreement at 1% for 30 fucking years.
Yeah, because the Fed.
Dude.
That's the thing. The Fed just dumped
The Fed is going to raise rates at some point.
The Fed raises rates, but those banks have already borrowed it at the rate that they're borrowing it. That's that $1.5 trillion injection that they just shot up the market. Or
that is the worst.
Getting a fucking home loan.
Terrible fucking idea.
I don't disagree with you. That's why the Fed is fucking retarded.
That is fucking retarded.
But
that is fucking ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying about it. It's literally like if you're looking to borrow money, it is essentially free because they're trying to get dollars back in the economy. We've already proven it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work like that. No. That's not how this works.
Yeah, I know. It's quantitative easing. They literally were supposed to stop those policies like 5 years ago, but they never. It's fucked up. But
so in Canada, my mortgage, right? Every 5 years, I have to renegotiate my mortgage terms with my bank.
No. That sucks.
Dude, that sucks.
So I can lock a rate in for 5 years only.
That's shit.
So
what?
So for 6 years, you're increasing.
Oh, sorry, that's not true. I can lock in for longer, but the longer term that I lock in for, the higher the interest rate.
See, that's dude, a 30-year
6 different terms.
That's crazy. Because here, O'Hara, a 30-year mortgage on a personal, like a residential property, is standard, 100%. Like that was actually the variable rates. Like most banks and lenders have pretty much stuck to fixed rates for the last 12 years.
Why the fuck would you ever go to a variable rate if you could lock in 1% for 30 fucking years?
Well, that's why, like the banks, variable rates and balloon rates used to be really, really popular, and then the 2008 crisis happened. So there was a lot of regulation around that. Yep, pop. Like I didn't know. That's interesting. That's a really interesting concept. I think it makes more sense financially for the lenders, but
So like I said, it's not. I chose a 5-year term, but you can choose longer terms. But like I said, the longer term, the banks are like, well, it's more risky for us, therefore we should make more money because we don't know what our lending rates are going to be at all times. Because you can't just
fucks you.
The Bank of Canada just says our rate's at 0.5%. The bank can't just say, "Oh, give me $50 trillion at that rate." Thanks.
Sorry.
And I have 50. That's fucking bullshit. The bank has to fucking put money up.
No,
to get that money.
The Fed loans money to the banks, and then the bank loans those monies to the citizens. So, like, you think about it from if the Fed is given money out for free, essentially. If you can take that money and make it 1.5%, I mean,
you're taking everything.
To bring them on, yeah, why not?
Yeah, you're still taking that extra 0.5% on top of what's going on. So yeah, they're still making money even though, because they're borrowing it for free.
So, but you're fucking the government because the government, if the government ever has to call their debts to pay for shit.
Oh please, we're never doing that. We're $23 trillion in debt. We're not paying that shit back. You think
We're
China?
Not paying shit back.
You think China's ever going to see that? What 12 trillion we owe?
Well, of course not. Because what are they going to do? They're going to come get it? What are they?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
they're going to come across the ocean and come get it? Yeah, that's not going to work out very well for them.
I mean, like seriously, that's what our whole system is based on.
They're just going to send us a bunch of viruses.
Well, that
the problem is that China controls most of our supply lines, so like that's what
they've just cut it off. Yeah,
I mean, granted, we're such an
it's
very heavy country that we could pretty much build up again like in 40. That'll destroy everything.
Wow. It's funny you say that because we've recently gone through the trade negotiations with China, and they've fallen through. And you'll notice that I'm actually part of the tech business, so I follow the trade situation very closely. We've gotten into a trade war with them, and businesses like Samsung and Sony and LG and those companies are actually moving to other countries like India and Taiwan,
so they can trade
so they can negate that trade. So as China says, you need to pay us back, or we're going to cut your trades. We're just like, fine, we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, who is it?
Pretty much that's what happened here.
That's Apple. Just it's actually the same exact thing that happened here backwards. Like Apple just moved one of their huge iPhone manufacturing locations to like somewhere like India or some shit like that because of the trade issue problems. Like, I mean that's what is so interesting about.
My point was we're never paying them back. Like it's not happening.
Massive corporations run and own everything.
Oh yeah. That's literally that's what I was about
capitalism.
to say. Well, that's how you
because they got the capital.
Well, you think
those with the capital have the power.
Think about how global.
Did we end up bailing out the cruise line?
Oh, you're like breathing all in that shit.
I'm getting from here.
You can't say that. I'm gonna get flagged.
I don't know why it just all of a sudden started.
I have to bleep you now, you shithole.
To answer your question, Horse, no, we have not done that yet.
Yeah, I'm recording.
My word.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna be on a podcast. Oh boy.
We're in the podcast now, boys.
It's called CF Deep Thought.
Oh god.
CF Deep Thought. That's what it is.
You seen in general?
No. What is that? In general, is that what you said?
Yeah, in the general chat.
In general commentary. I'm trying to get people to hop in.
Oh, cool. No, we did not bail out those industries yet.
The only thing I would say is kind of fuck them just based on how they organize their tax and where where their companies are quote unquote are, but they're just looking for.
But they're not.
They don't even pay federal taxes. I mean,
no, they fly under a different flag to evade. Now they want the benefit of the tax.
Of course.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Scuttle all those little.
Well, it's the fun. Literally,
you want to buy a cruise ship for $10?
Our entire country is based on the fact that we spend money that we don't have. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean. Because nobody can take it from us. We're literally the kid in the playground with the big stick, and we're like, "Hey, we need $5," and the kid next to us is like, "I guess I'll give you $5 to not beat my ass."
Believe it or not, it's not. It's actually not for that reason. In my opinion, what I actually believe it to be is to what O'Hara touched on, of things are so global now that corporations have more power than a lot of those governments do. And
true.
I mean, what it's to that exact point, what are they going to do? If all those companies, China can try to cut that supply line all they want. Those businesses are still going to need that money. So if they just relocate, I mean, what's China going to do about it?
Yeah, they're really regretting the whole like trade deal negotiation. They really got
now you sound like the strongest countries in the world are the ones that to a communist regime where the country owns the means of production.
Jesus.
What?
So all right, so you've touched on this a bit. Let's talk about this. So are you is that your opinion? Is socialism the way to go?
No. Listen.
I mean, like
I don't
in
care what
honesty.
you want to call it.
Okay.
Right.
Diet
That's
socialism.
the issue. I don't give a fuck whatever you want to call your economic system.
That's fair.
Fucking socialism, communism, capitalism, Marxism, whatever the fuck it is. Don't care. What I want is a system that people don't fuck each other all the time for gains. Like, it's exploitation of people, right? Like,
Can I
in the sense, right? China has production because of the way their culture is. Right?
China's constantly fucking their citizens, though.
Yeah.
Well, in our opinion, they are.
In their opinion, too, they just murdered like 10 million Muslims.
Obviously not a big enough opinion, or else they would rise up in civil war and revolt against their government en masse.
Well, they tried that once, and then they got turned into body pudding by tanks.
They didn't try hard enough.
Okay, you're true.
I would say the implementation of some socialistic policy, but we can't get rid of capitalism.
Well,
Yeah.
and actually, but here's the deal: America has socialism. Fucking Social Security is a social program. Medicare is a social program. I mean, we have. I always think that there's a balance between the two, and the reasoning why you need both is because you need competition, but you also need morals.
Yes,
and
you need competition with morals.
Dead Cat needs to interject.
Oh, go ahead, Dead Cat.
I was gonna. O'Hara was saying, you know, he wants to find a system that we're not fucking each other. I mean, I hate to break this to you, but since the beginning of fucking man standing upright, we've been clubbing each other. I don't think that's gonna change. We've been clubbing and fucking each other since the beginning of humans.
More subtle?
we're just we're being more generous about it.
It's been getting better. If you look at history, we are in the most peaceful time in human existence.
Oh, absolutely.
We are learning to get along better with each other globally than we ever have.
It's
Dead Cat
peaceful
2020.
in
Nice.
that it's peaceful in that people are going from clubs to guns to paper, and that's what's made it so peaceful. Is that instead of fighting with guns and taking lives, we're legislating and discussing everything.
That's what kind of frustrates me about our Dead Cat 2020. I just saw that.
Yeah, I just saw it too.
I would, if I had anything to say about the government, I wish there was just a way that both sides could talk to each other and not fucking act like five. No, like really.
I mean, I think we're doing a great. I think we're doing a great service here because we have a myriad of middle people here, and I think we're having a great discussion.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm on both. I consider myself centered or moderate, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But don't take my guns.
Don't take my fucking guns.
No, but like
you fucking Texan.
I'm Louisianian.
I'm so glad that I have the ability to change people's names in here.
Give me all your guns. But yeah, I mean the polarization.
What do you need a gun for, huh?
Because I could shoot it. I enjoy it, and it sits next to my bedstand.
It's meant to kill people.
Yeah, if they walk through my fucking door.
You don't need to kill people.
They don't need to walk through my fucking door.
That's funny. I'm just fucking with you.
No, I get it. I don't really. I don't.
That's because you believe your house is your property.
Ooh, captain in the room.
Oh shit.
Nice. I'll take it.
Ironically, it's not my property.
Can we talk about the gun?
Yeah, can we?
Talk about the what?
Guns.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's a
we
topic.
got like 5 minutes left in this this chat here because I can't go over 30 minutes.
Oh shit! All
right, speed round. Why do you need your guns?
I don't own guns. I actually don't own any guns, but I don't have a problem if my neighbor has one, or two, or 26.
That's what I'm talking about.
O'Hara.
There are people out there that hold like that have like full on fucking armor.
Well, go horse. Go horse. Go down the list.
Horse.
Is it here?
Riveting.
What's your guns pitch? Beto O'Rourke 2020.
Don't fucking take my guns.
Horse.
What?
Oh, he's loading his weapon. He just loaded his gun.
O'Hara.
It is now chambered.
I
Oh,
do.
God.
I do not have firearms. My father owns a couple pistols. I was in the military. I mean, it's fun to shoot them. Yeah, I get that. But I don't feel the need to have any guns in my house. I mean, Rook, you said you don't really care about your neighbors having guns. But what if your fucking neighbor was a psychotic piece of shit? Right?
My God.
Uh,
So does that mean I need to have guns in my house
no.
to make sure that he doesn't kill me?
Let me clarify. I don't think that our current system is effective enough at regulating who
Right.
should own guns.
Right.
I don't think everybody should have one.
And I primarily use mine for recreational shooting just because I enjoy.
Why do you
Well, I
enjoy
don't have
it?
a problem.
I like
Why
it.
can't you just throw knives, man? Like normal people.
I don't want
Shooting
to.
a gun is fucking fun.
He's like, I don't want to throw.
But
Shooting,
why?
shooting's fun as shit. I mean, I've had a good
It's a
time at the
hobby.
range.
I got a modded
Join the
Glock
military.
22, that's about it.
No.
I can't join the military.
You actually don't get to fire guns very often
I
in the
can't
military.
join the military, but I
You
want to
actually-
shoot a gun. That makes
You
me
also
nervous.
you actually get to shoot guns more in public life than you ever will in the military.
That's a false
Or at least
statement, O'Hara.
No,
That is a
well,
plus-
not in the Canadian forces.
I'm
That's for
in.
sure.
Okay, well, I'm in the
Well,
U.S. military.
We don't have bullets in Canada. Okay, we have a shortage of bullets. All right,
God,
He's like, we just throw our guns at people.
we just like, hey, how's it going? So we do a range day, right?
He
in
just
Canada.
yells sorry at people.
So we do a range day, and it's in a local. The local range that we went to as a reserve unit is within a local population, right? So it shoots out onto the lake, like the butts, it shoots out onto a lake, so that it doesn't go anywhere, right? So you have to have pickets on the beach to stop people from walking behind the gun berm when people are shooting at the berm. I stand out there on picket with a rifle, not loaded, because I ain't got bullets. I ain't gonna put bullets in my gun.
They're
I
like a
basically-
human range.
Huh?
They're like a human range.
Basically, I'm just standing there making sure people don't come into the arcs of the range.
It's hard.
Like, oh guys, we're shooting here, back up. If that guy wants to come on, I have an unloaded weapon. Like, what's the
So-
point of having a weapon on my person? It's got no bullets in it.
Stop people
Back
from
to the-
shooting you.
hold on. So back to the core thing here, though.
Anyway, yeah.
Horse.
Okay.
Why do you feel like you should be able to own guns other than it's a hobby? Is it just because of that?
I mean, I primarily have one for a hobby, but I mean, I do have
He
a
said, "Yeehaw."
clip of
See,
Yeah, I
I
said yeehaw, hip hip.
I'm a firm believer in states' rights. I don't believe that the federal government always has our interests at heart. I think that we should have a militia. I think we should like the National Guard. I like the idea that not saying that I think that we're there, but if we ever got to the point where the people needed to take back power, I like the idea that that's possible.
All right, that was a great way to end on it. Just for the record, I think everybody should be able to own guns if they need it, as long as they have the prerequisite responsibilities and mental capacity to do that.
And teaching
Mental
our
capacities
children.
change.
My
Mental
name's
capacities change.
Kat. Want to go ahead and list off?
I'll be here all week.
Oh God, what is this
Go
going
down
on?
the line here. Go down the line here. What's your name, sir?
Rook.
Horse Demon Joe.
QuarryTeen.
I believe in owning guns.
All right.
That is white.
That's late. All right, guys.
Please support our
Uh,
Patreon.
Oh,
Please.
get the fuck out of here.
Shadow
And
Legend.
smash! Don't forget to smash that like
Yo,
button.
smash the like button. You got merch.
Raid Shadow Legend.
Yo, buy that merch.
What
All
is
right,
it?
I'm out. Peace.
Yo, like, follow, subscribe.
Sponsored by Squarespace.
Sponsored by Squarespace and Flashlight. Sponsored by Squarespace and Flashlight.